What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of Keeping It Blunt. We are so happy to be spending Wednesday night with you guys. Thank you so much for coming and spending some of your night with us. It's very appreciative. If you haven't already, check out our Twitter page at keepingit_blunt. Check myself out at Perry Aston. Of course, Caleb over there at CHS Knoll, and our special guest today, Nick Andre, as he goes by in the sports world. I know him as at Nick Dormus, of course, at _Nick Dormus. You can check it out right underneath his pretty face as well. Unwrap Sports on Twitter, Instagram, this on TikTok. Search us on Facebook, go to Twitch, YouTube. We're absolutely everywhere. Check us out. Sportscaster as well, sportscaster.com/unwrapped. You can see all of us on there, all of our streams. 2 of them are live on there currently. And we really appreciate our entire Sportscaster community for tuning into us as well. Caleb is fresh off another show. Absolutely murdered Saturday standout. Show him that awesome connect that you have right there. Yeah.
Baby. Gotta go show up to Saturday standout.
I like that.
Absolutely. It's so
Too
fresh.
clean.
So fresh.
Too
And we
clean.
do
See
have
the faded stars. Faded stars.
ooh, baby. I'm loving it, bro. We got the shops right here. So check it out. Of course, you see the beautiful clothes that Caleb's wearing today. Got all of our awesome gear at teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. We got some awesome designs. There's my favorite, the drip design right there. We have some of our beautiful shows. There's a brand new one we put out yesterday, the takeout design. Unwrapped, have a nice day. I love this one for some crazy. It's so nice. And we got a bunch of these shows that we have going on here with their own merch, including Keeping It Blunt, baby. We got our stuff on here. You see it right here. Got a t-shirt. Check us out. Please go support the boys. And, you know, we got it in multiple colors, of course. For the ladies out there, got a nice light pink for y'all.
No, bro, I think I'm getting the salmon colored one.
I think I am too, bro.
I love the salmon color.
I think I am too, bro. And we got the sticker right here. Ooh, we're gonna send Nick something too. Yeah, don't even worry, bro. I'm gonna send all I'm gonna send you something. All the guests we're sending. So we got that right there. Of course, we appreciate you checking out our shop, teespring.com/store/unwrapped. We do have the 2-year 20% off coupon. It's TWOYEAR. Put that in at checkout to get 20% off. And if you are spending money on gambling, which you should be, we're on the degenerate side of life over here. We got mybookie.ag. USN 100 is our code. So go double your first deposit, dollar for dollar, all the way to $1,000, plus an extra sign-up bonus. Check out this beautiful site. Live betting, sports book, casino, horse betting, everything that you could physically want. It's all there. Of course, RX
covered.
Oh yeah, what your basketball Knowles today are much better than your football Knowles last season. So we're in that. But
it's all right, man. I live out here in Panama, man. So I'm definitely a Knowles fan, man. Football has not been good for us.
Let's throw it up to our boy. Let's throw it up to our boy Nick, our guest today. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much for joining us. He is part of the Unwrapped Sports family. He also does his own thing, writes for plenty of sites, plenty of platforms. He's going to plug all those for you guys right now. Also has his own podcast with us. Just an awesome guy, and we're so happy to have him on the show today. So, Nick, take it away. Say what's up to the Keeping It Blunt community.
What's going on, y'all? As y'all know, Nick Andre, Nick Dormus, whatever you want to call me. I know Perry likes to call me by my actual name, but like he said, the sports community knows me as Nick Andre. Like Perry said, I write for like probably 100 sites. I guarantee you there's not one sports website where you don't see an article by myself. And I also am the host of a Brethren podcast, so check us out there. And I am a part of the Unwrapped Sports family, man. So I'm just here to talk with you guys, man. Here to smoke some good stuff with y'all, man.
So happy to be here. And
Caleb,
how are you, bro? How's things? Are you chilling over there on the side of Florida? You know, I'm in Cali. He's over in Florida, so we got different lives for sure. But what's going on with you, buddy?
So you're dealing with the cold out there in Cali, bro, out there at LA for, I don't know, you guys don't get the cold that often, but what we're dealing with down here in Florida is crazy today. Down here in Tallahassee specifically, bro. We had tornadoes touching down at the airport. Yes, bro, at the airport, turning planes over, destroying hangars, and then another one, I don't know, it might have been the same one, you know, they go up and down or whatever. But this thing lands a minute or two from my house, right? Like, I swear you not, man, just right down from my house. And I'm like, I hear it on the radio. It's like, oh, there's damage and a tornado being talked about in the Southwood area and Southwood community. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I've got like 2 shows today. I've got a meeting to go on today, a Zoom meeting. I was like, I can't be without power. I got to have Wi-Fi. I got to have all this stuff. And that's what I'm worried about. Yet alone, my house might even be, wiped away. So, but we're all good. We're all safe. Obviously, I got Wi-Fi. I'm on here with you guys. But yeah, that was a very fun, eventful afternoon for me here.
Wow, man. Yeah, I just pulled up a little something on it just to take a look. That's crazy. I know you sent in a photo earlier. I know we got tornado hits Tallahassee, closes airport, causing damage. Look at that, bro. That's the plane he was talking about right there. Tornado touches down. I'm just glad to hear that you're safe, buddy. So yeah, it's a crazy day for you. But I'm glad that you at least got the Wi-Fi still on. We're able to go roll up tonight, of course. And that takes us into our roll up, pull up, of course. And we got Anthony Conover saying what's up to these people because we say what's up to you, brother. We're going to roll up, pull up here. This is where we, of course, start smoking the heaviest. We tell you what we're smoking on today. If you are smoking on something at home, if you're drinking on something, if you're like Connie and you like drinking lots of milk, tell us. Tell us what you're on tonight. If you're just vibing with us, you don't need to smoke to watch. You do need to smoke to come on and chill with us, though. So rolling up, pulling up. Caleb, what are you smoking on today, bro?
All right, so I've got two different apparatuses that I'm going with tonight. Got a joint that I'm going to save for later. I'm going to start off with the nice little Bolski, little pipe I got going here. But I am smoking on blue cookies, courtesy of one of my good friends, Ed Boy. Shout out Ed Boy, love my guy. Couldn't do it without him. He comes through for me every time. So, appreciate the love, and hopefully you guys got something good you're smoking on too.
Absolutely. Nick, what are we smoking on, bud?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, first before I go with mine, man, that blue cookie sounds like amazing. So definitely. But as for me, I don't even know what I'm smoking on, man. I just started getting some from a new guy, a good friend of mine who lived right down the road. So right now I'm just kind of experimenting, man, seeing what's good, man. Definitely.
The new plug, and then he's trying it out on air for the first time. So we'll see if he's a fan or not. If you're watching, try it out with the good guys. If you're watching, plug, this is your moment, man. Nick's gonna be throughout the nights. If you're watching, bro, I got money. I'm a bulk guy, so I still got gelato, I got cookies, I got a little bit of everything rolling around. So I threw it all in the grinder, mix it up together. So we'll call it, gelato cookies today. I'm going with the bong today. I'm bringing out Big Bertha. You know what I mean? Just gonna hold that down. I do have a King Palm in the wrapper. We'll see if by the way, that's not an ad. King Palm, give us your money. Rum Boys knows what's up. Give us your money. We love y'all. But it's all good. I'm rolling out with Big Bertha today, and I'm gonna have a great time. We got a fantastic poll that we had. It's the favorite genre of music pulling up here. I'm gonna ask you guys first before we give our results, and I'm gonna start with Nick. Are you? What's your favorite genre? I'm not even going to tell you what the categories were. We're going to pull those up. But I just want to hear, Raw, what is your favorite type of music? You can like multiple for sure. I like so many types. But if there's one that you can't live without, you got to die with it, going in your head till forever. What is it?
100% hip hop, man. I've listened to it since I was a kid. Like my older cousins, like they put that in me. Like I was young listening to guys like DMX, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, like all the above. So I was definitely into that at a young age, and since then I've just kind of carried it myself. But I like probably since I was like 16, I probably gotten into a lot of rock. Nirvana's probably my favorite group.
Okay.
Out of everybody, like that's like top tier for me, definitely. But yeah, if I had to choose one that like I can't live without, definitely 100% hip hop.
I love it. Okay, tell me what you got.
Oh man, so I like all music too. But if I had to pick one that I continuously listen over and over with every single day, it's got to be country. I love my country music. Taking you back down to my home roots. You gotta appreciate that, and just vibing out. Makes you feel good about yourself sometimes. I love it. You just get a nice blend. I try and stay away from the too much poppy. Country music. I'm bigger. I like 90s country music a lot. So, you throw it back to like the Toby Keiths. You got like the Kenny Chesneys, the good old boys of country music. So I like to listen to that. I also like, modern day country music. So you got guys.
So what about like a Jason Aldean or something? Because I feel like he's kind of in the middle.
I don't like Jason Aldean. So I like guys like Eric Church. He's good. You got guys. I like Kane Brown, even though he is more poppy. I like his style. I'm a big, huge Morgan Wallen fan. Guy just popped on the scene the past year, so love him too. So, a good mixture of country music. I listen to all kinds. I love hip hop. One of my songs today is going to be hip hop. I also love classic rock. It's awesome, and a little bit of alternative here and there. So, a good wealth of everything. What about you, Perry?
Well, I was a semi-professional DJ for about 3 years. I did gigs all around Arizona, a couple outside of Arizona as well. I had a lot of fun, made some good money at times. And so I've learned to appreciate a little bit of everything. I always have. Like Nick said, I think I grew up with hip hop. I think that's where it was hip hop and rap was my type of genre. A lot of the people that I was around, it didn't matter that I was young. Hip hop and rap were still playing, doing that. I loved it. I really loved that culture. And tried to immerse myself at a young age. With that being said, I love myself some alternative. I love myself some rock at times. I can fuck with some country 100%. I'm a big R&B guy, massive. If it wasn't hip hop and rap, it's R&B.
Oh yeah,
and you can put them in the same family. We even put them in the same family on the poll.
You talking about some Neo? You talking about some? We talking about R&B? You talking about Neo? We talking like Usher?
Who's your favorite R&B artist of all time?
It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. To be honest with you, I'm really, really into more of the modern day R&B right now that I've been vibing to lately. I've got some hot artists, of course. Who I was vibing on with more of that Mac A-Rez kind of thing. Me and Alex have fallen in love with him. Blast is more hip hop rap, but he's got some R&B in there too. I'm not. Let's see. Tell me your biggest guys right now, because I would say I'm more on that bigger R&B nowadays. But of course, back in the day, I think it was more the female R&B voice that got me. I think more than the male R&B voice.
Oh, what about you? Y'all want to know my favorite R&B artist of all time? Rest in peace, Aaliyah.
Tell me. Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Usher has always been great, but I didn't like
definitely.
I didn't like his pop stuff too much. Once he got a little too radio. Dude, Whitney Houston, one of the best voices of all time. She'll make you cry on a dime. Like you said, dude, Alicia Keys, I don't know if you could. Yeah, I don't know if you consider Janet Jackson, Marvin Gaye, a little bit of that. It's just the old school vibes are always great. But I love seeing the new twists on R&B as well. So I love that. We got our poll down right there. Hip hop and R&B, 62%.
Oh, yeah.
So our squad out there, you guys love your hip hop and R&B just like us. All three of us have that as a common. Country and rock, 22%. All three of us, again, have that in common. I think Nick was more on the rock side. Caleb and I probably more on the country side. I like to flirt in between the both. My first concert ever was AC/DC. So that was a fucking awesome concert at the Forum. That was badass as fuck. I'll tell you that. Alternative, 11%. So we got some cool level-headed stoners out there with us. We see you. And house, trap, dubstep, more the EDM grime. 5%. As a DJ, I'm big into that as well. Less of the big room.
I would like to put them at the club, though, bro. I would like to put them at the club.
Less of like the everybody fucking jump. But I hate that shit. You know what I mean? But I hate that shit. I never did that shit. But like the grind,
trap is sweet.
I'll send you some shit. There's like G House, which is very rappy. It's gangster rap house. It's just very like rap influenced with really dark, grimy house beats. I love that, but it's cool. Our people don't. And I love seeing how everyone maybe we put out a different kind of music poll later on and see what's up with the results then. So we got some tune time, guys. Let's get it. We got some music to smoke up to a little bit right here. And we're going to start out with Caleb's song of the week. For tune time, again, if you guys are jamming to anything in particular, if you're an up-and-coming rapper, singer, whatever it is that you do, send us in something. We'd love to see what you're jamming on. We'll totally showcase it. We'll showcase it in the show. Send it to me, Caleb. You can see it right here with our ad names. Keeping it _blunt as well. Even the Unwrapped Sports page, if you want to send it there, tell them it's for Keeping It Blunt. They'll shoot it right over to us. So tune time. We're starting out with Caleb's song of the week. This time it's Drinking and Smoking from Future and Lil Uzi Vert. We're starting out with a bop today. Start out with a bop. Tell me, make sure you can hear it. Just let me know if you can hear it, all right?
Definitely.
Turn it up.
We'll get a little bit louder next week, but for now, this is what we got. What a song to start out with.
Hey, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna leave real quick. I forgot an ashtray.
Oh, you good, bro? Yeah, we're just
Right,
jamming. I'll
that's
do my
important.
song next.
That's important.
Oh, all right, baby. Yo, I love that. You can hear it enough, though, right? I know it's a little quiet. We'll get it figured out for next week, but you can hear it enough, right? It's still showcased? All right, bro. We love that. We got my song. Switching up that vibe a little bit. It's Bonafide by another artist that me and Alex share. Alex is my music guy. He puts me onto my new stuff. I'm so married to some of my old stuff, but he puts me onto a lot of new stuff, and I love it. So we're going to be going through mine real quickly, but we do have a couple comments. You know, Perry smokes mid-level with seeds. Caleb, Christian can't even stay up. Christian can't stay up for the whole night when he's at my place. He knows that. He knows that. And we got Caleb here. Oh, we got Caleb Conant, Caleb Skinner's named twin, one of Nick's main boys, one of my Unwrapped family members coming in to say what's up. So we do appreciate you coming in and hanging with us, of course. We got my song of the week, Emotional Oranges and Child, Bonafide. It's a nice vibe. You know me, I like to float in between my R&B, hip hop, it's a little poppy. But yeah, I like it. So let me know what you guys think. And again, we're getting it louder next week.
Well,
can you guys hear enough?
I can hear it. There we go. Now we pulling.
Just vibes, bro.
Definitely. I've never heard this song. Crazy.
Give up on you. All right. Let's switch that over to Nick's.
I like that.
Man, this is like the best Smokey song for me.
Oh, we got Nick's coming up right here. And I know Nick's too. It's a fucking hot ass song. So we're bringing it to, ready for this? Electric Relaxation by A Tribe Called Quest. Anything from A Tribe Called Quest is always a bop. Always a bop. Always.
Smoking song. Smoking song as well.
Oh, of course. Anything from them is always a smoking song.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they're OG, bro.
They are. Such a fucking classic, bro.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, 5.
Of course, dude.
Hit it.
Oh, what a way to always start the show, bro. I love tune time in the beginning. But seriously, that's what's up. We got that rolling up, pulling up into some jams. Such a clean transition into our jam-packed show today. And you know, we always start with some smoking sports. You know what's up with that. We got some crazy sports shit going on right now, including, let's start off with some football. Obviously, you know what happened last week. The divisional games leading up into the Super Bowl. So we had some real good competition last week, some really good games, and now we have a hell of a fucking Super Bowl. So let's dive right into this, guys. What did you think of the games from last week? We could start off with the Chiefs game against the Bills. What do you guys think about that game? Were you impressed by the defending champions? Are the Bills pretenders? Do they just not have enough to compete with the upper echelon, but they'll be back? What do you guys take away from that game?
Why'd you go first, Nick?
Oh man, you might want to go first, man. I'm not into heavy into football. Like I'm not an expert at it, even though I did watch.
I got it.
but
Um,
I can't give you like my true analysis of it.
There's
Yeah.
Caleb, but he's wearing the football crew neck though.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
paid a little bit of attention to it. I didn't watch the whole game. I do think the Bills are a contender. Do I think they're ready yet? No, I don't think they're ready yet at all. So like you're talking about being in that upper echelon, they're not there yet. They looked okay. They got off to a pretty strong start, but I mean, Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they're reigning champions for a reason. So they're just a better team. They got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, if they had Chad Henne back there, you probably had a chance. But,
for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. Like the door's pretty much shut on that one. Chiefs were probably going to win that game the whole time. I wouldn't have taken the Bills if I put money on that game, which I did. So,
I like that. But what's up, Kitty? By the way, saying what's up to us.
What's up, Kitty?
I thought it was a good game. The Bills definitely contenders. They got a good coaching staff there. McDermott, he's coming back. Daboll's coming back as well. So they got a good cohesive unit. All returning. Josh Allen there. Stephon Diggs just got through year one. He's actually going to go through another offseason because he just got there during a half offseason due to the pandemic just starting. And to see how he clicked with Josh Allen so perfectly throughout the season was really, really impressive. And they're playing the Chiefs. Nobody is at the Chiefs level. I don't care what Caleb says about the next game with the Buccaneers and the Packers. It doesn't matter what team we're talking about. As of right this second, nobody is where the Chiefs are, and it just seems so easy. And, of course, there's one player in the league right now that I feel gives that same vibe on the Buccaneers, Tom Brady. But it's just the cohesive team as a whole. The Chiefs seem to be rocking. And it's 38-24. Mahomes does what Mahomes does. I have a good question for you real quick, Caleb, and it was something I saw on TV today. Who do you give more credit to for this success? Is it Pat Mahomes or is it Andy Reid? And I know the easy answer is Pat Mahomes for me, but I heard some really good takes on this. So I want to hear what you think. Who deserves more credit? And I guess you could say they equally deserve the same if that's your answer as well.
I mean, that is my answer. They need each other. They're perfect for each other. They're a match made in heaven. That's what you want in a quarterback and a head coach. I mean, Tom Brady had it with Bill Belichick, but Tom Brady's proving that he can do it with multiple different head coaches right now. Right. So I think both of them need each other to be this successful. But I do give the edge here to Patrick Mahomes just because he is a special player, and a coach can only do so much from behind the headset. He can't actually go out there and make the plays.
Right, yeah,
so
right.
That's a big deal.
I agree with you. Emmanuel Acho, who is one of my favorite on-air personalities now, he keeps it real. I love his energy. He said it really well today. Pat Mahomes would have the same amount of success with more coaches than Andy Reid would have with the amount of quarterbacks in the league. Meaning you can give Pat Mahomes, Sean Payton, Matt LaFleur, Bruce Arians, potentially, Bill Belichick, all these guys that have found success in the league, and you can make the genuine case Pat Mahomes will win the championship with them this year. With Andy Reid, it's also tougher because, like you said, they're behind the headset. They have less control of what actually happens on the field. We don't see them making that 60-yard pass. It's because they called that 60-yard pass. We didn't see that. We don't credit that as much. But I truly believe that too. Andy Reid had a lot of successful years. He's a legend. Andy Reid, especially from a Cowboys fan perspective, him and his years in Philadelphia, he is a legend. But with that being said, they didn't get it done. They didn't get it done in Philadelphia. So it didn't matter how legendary you were in that city, you still didn't get it done. And now that he's here, now that he's in Kansas City with Pat Mahomes, they've gotten it done because he didn't get it done with Alex Smith either. So I'm not saying that it all is on Andy Reid, and that's why they lost all those years, even if they're as good as they were. And Pat Mahomes coming in is the reason why. I agree with you. I think they need each other. But if I had to answer that question, I would say Pat Mahomes would have more success on more teams with more coaches in a scenario kind of point of view than I believe Andy Reid would. Also, since we've seen it already with Andy Reid, with multiple teams, with multiple quarterbacks, and it hasn't happened. And winning a championship is very hard. But Pat Mahomes has now made it to now two, and he's made one of them. So how hard is it for the greatest football player of our generation so far and potentially all time. And it's so early to say that, but we all know he's doing things that no one's ever dreamed before. So, but we'll move on to the Packers and Buccaneers very quickly. You just do your thing here because I thought the Packers were going to win Buccaneers, and Mr. Tom Brady, the GOAT, came and stole this away. I earns my respect. They're going to lose to the Chiefs because, like I said, no one compares to them this year. But it's awesome to see. What do you think? Tell me what you're up, because I know you're Tom Brady's. You're like God.
And he's not my God, dude. I used to hate the guy, to be honest with you. When he played New England, I hated Tom Brady with a passion.
Now he's in Tampa.
Now he's in Tampa. What are you supposed to do? He takes your team to the Super Bowl. Like, you're not supposed to root for the guy, you know? Absolutely. The Lakers. When the Lakers sucked, nobody really wanted to be a Lakers fan, and then LeBron got there, and it's just like, okay.
Hey, we were.
I actually knew LeBron fans that were like mad that he came to the Lakers. I'm a LeBron fan, so I like whatever team he likes. So
hell yeah.
I don't know, but not when it comes to the NFL. I like the Bucs and I like the Bears. So those are my two teams. And just Tom Brady comes to the team, and Bruce Arians and Jason Lick being able to put together the weapons around Tom that he needed to be able to make it back to a Super Bowl and build a young defense as well as a veteran defense on the defensive line is just astronomical. They never did that with Jameis, so that sucks to see because I wanted Jameis to be successful, but. Jameis also threw 30 picks, so you can't blame all of that on Bruce Arians or what they were doing in the locker room with the players. Right. But it's exciting to see the Bucs go there. They looked really good. They look like they're coming into form right now, which is the perfect time, which is usually what Tom Brady teams do. And it's exciting to watch a Bucs defense be good and create turnovers and stop people. So I'm excited to see this game. I'm not ready to predict it yet.
They're not good, dude. They're phenomenal. You need to give them credit. They're absolutely fucking phenomenal.
They're a great team, but when you cheer on your team, you're going to be more critical of them.
Right. No, but that defense, though, the amount of turnovers they create and the amount of spots that they put Tom Brady in is one of the best, if not the best, in the league.
Well, Devin White is playing with his ass on fire, which is incredible to see.
He was out for a bit this year, so it's good to see him back, right? Yeah, it's good to see him back with fire under his ass as well when it matters. And you have a lot of guys on those teams. So I know you say you don't want to predict it. I'm not going to predict the score, but the Chiefs are going to win. I know Nick kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, hell yeah." So I'm going to just take his Chiefs prediction as well. I mean, betting against Pat Mahomes is, running into a gunfight with a knife, hoping that you can get tactical with that. It's not going to work. So,
especially at this point in his career, you can't go against Mahomes, man. Mahomes got the NFL for about at least the next 8-9 years, if you say.
For sure.
I don't think there's anyone that's going to be better than him.
Absolutely. So we got our next segue to our topic of Matt Stafford and the Lions agreeing to part ways, finding a trade partner. What do you think, Caleb? Is there a potential team that you see as the best fit for Stafford, or are you not a fan of him moving out of Detroit? What's your opinion on this situation?
Once their offensive coordinator left Detroit, he was not going to stay. Him and they both have a close connection there. He was going to leave as soon as that happened, and he ultimately said he or wants to be. So the two suitors I see that fit best for him are probably the Saints or Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis makes the most sense, and I think that's where he ends up. Not just based off
we're in perfect unison here. I couldn't agree more.
It just fits so perfectly for the end of Matthew Stafford's career. He'll be good, he'll make it to the playoffs, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl.
If this was Russian roulette and you said really quickly, what team is Matt Stafford meant to be on? I would immediately just react Colts. I don't know why, but when I look at him and the fact that he's also worn blue, I guess most of his career doesn't hurt when you visually try to imagine him in that jersey. It just seems like the right fit. So I think Matt Stafford should go to the Colts after Phillip Rivers retires now. And if not, Saints would be a very interesting landing spot for him. We'll move on from that one to some UFC really quick. MMA. I think even if you're not an MMA fan, you tuned into that fucking McGregor fight. The McGregor fight was a good fight, or at least a good card. The card in itself was a really good plethora of fights. And then with that, he went up against Dustin Poirier, reigning from Louisiana. Did either of you guys see it, or at least the highlight of the knockout? Caleb, did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
I certainly do not.
He just got beat. I mean, I just don't. I It wasn't like that pretty of a knockout. It was okay, but like seeing Conor McGregor go down and be the way he was, I could just tell, dude, in the way he just tried to attempt to fight. Did really? He was just boxing the whole time. Like you gotta chill out with that. You're back in MMA. Like you gotta get off the boxing shit. But yeah, seeing him like that, it's just you start to question like, is it time for him to be done? But I mean, Conor's never gonna be trying to not make money, so we'll see.
It's absolutely time for him to be done. He's lost 3 out of his last 4 fights. So you
He's
should
still
now
getting paid.
you should go work on your brand though. You have a great brand. You have an absolutely great brand that you've made of yourself. You have an alcohol brand as well. And now you're getting your ass knocked out now. Let's see if I can find a video. Here's a photo at least of just him just getting fucking pounded. He got daddied, bro. Like he got absolutely daddied. And the thing was that Dustin Poirier was kicking at his leg so much. The video is not available. I will not even run the video just for content purposes for copyright, but you saw that right there. He's just getting his ass beat, and his leg was taking such a beating that you could tell he couldn't walk anymore.
Yeah, it looked like he fell.
He couldn't walk. And we got Kitty in here, Matt Kitagawa from the Unwrapped Sports Network as well. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us as well, brother. Conor only lost to Khabib, Dustin, and Nate, all good fighters. I mean, at the same time, when you're at his level, you're not taking weak fighters. You don't take those on cards. So when you're going to win or lose, you're going against even competition with yourself. So yeah, I mean, he's losing. Which means he's not the best. I mean, Poirier is a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. But to say that before this fight, most people would think that Poirier was a better fighter than McGregor, I don't think that would be true. So I think that he came in with a really good game plan. And, McGregor hasn't. I mean, it looks like via Instagram and all that stuff, you could see he's staying in shape. But it doesn't look like he's been as active as Dustin Poirier seems to have been. And we got my guy from my new Dynasty Football League. What's up, Joe? So glad you were able to come in and hang out with me in here, my man. We got too comfortable living lavish. Dude, that shit goes to your head. It goes to your head.
You get famous, bro.
And you remember when he knocked out that old guy at the bar, stuff like that. He tried to almost play the I found God card and try and be a good person again. I found myself and did all those series of interviews. So he definitely tried to save face. Was a really good PR move, but it doesn't seem like his heart is in fighting anymore, at least to me. When I see the guy out there, I don't see the same McGregor. I see it all as a show, as part of a brand. And hey, it's always been like that. Who the fuck is this guy? It's always been that shit. That shit's been hilarious forever. I enjoy the fiasco, but it now seems that he doesn't have the eye of the tiger, or he's just not as good of a fighter anymore. I'm not truly a UFC expert here. We'll bring in Alec Carr and Monique one time to really break this down, but I know Matt Kitagawa's into it as well. He's just down to fight anyone, always money and good for everyone in the UFC. For sure. Good game plan for sure. Yeah, I agree. I think it's all now a strategic, tactical, financial decision for when McGregor's going in the ring. And now does it have the same appeal? Feel free to answer anybody in the comments. Does he have the same draw? I mean, you saw what's his name, Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whatever it is. He made a comment, was like, I offered you all these millions. You could just take 10 grand to come fight me. That's all you're worth now. Come take 10 grand. He's making a big fool of him. I'm not going to say he's worth 10 grand. Like we've said here, he's got a pull. He's McGregor. He does his thing, but he's not the top of the top. He's definitely not the top of the top is what I can say now. And I think that's pretty apparent, obviously. So, we're going to move on to our next subject here. And I want Nick to start off with this one. The NBA and MVP. I know you commented on my tweet here. We're discussing scenarios to still hold an all-star game in March, potentially in Atlanta, home of Turner Sports. That idea includes providing support for HBCUs and COVID-19 relief. Let me know what you think about this, my man.
I mean, I must say, man, I mean, I would definitely want an all-star game. I mean, I think that's the highlight of almost every NBA season, like towards the midway. Like, you want to see the best players going head-to-head. And just looking at how last year's all-star game panned out with how competitive it is, like, you anticipate that going into the next season. So if they do make it happen, if they do come into agreement, then yeah, I'm all for it. My only thing is, why in the world would you want to do it in Atlanta where they don't wear any masks? Like it's COVID city down there, and and in all honesty, you're trying to keep the players safe from COVID. You know, we've seen so many safety protocols. We've seen players and teams miss like numerous weeks because of this. So I'm all for them having an all-star game, but having it in Atlanta, which I do understand Atlanta's big time. Atlanta's like one of the biggest markets in the country, but in this particular time with us being in the pandemic, I just don't agree to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what about you, Caleb? What are you thinking?
I mean, it'd be awesome to have it. I don't think it'll happen. I think it's just too much to try and put together too soon without having the proper precautions in place, probably. Like Nick's saying, I think the idea to include support for HBCUs and COVID-19 relief is awesome.
Hell yeah.
That would be cool if they could play like at the HBCUs, but that's not going to happen.
So really quickly, I'm just gonna touch on this comment really quick because it's Matt Thompson. I believe it's someone we went to high school with, one of Christian's boys. So good to see you, bud. Said too much time on boxing, changed his stance. Used to have more of a karate stance. More. Yeah, he's
out there.
Less of a fighter. He's more of a boxer and just an entertainer now. So I totally agree. And I'm going to take my opinion onto this. I love the idea. I love the sentiment. I love the COVID-19 relief efforts. I love seeing the HBCU support. It's absolutely phenomenal. I don't think an all-star game is probably the best thing this year. I think with the landscape of the world still being how it is, the best way to do it would be some sort of bubble scenario, and it just doesn't make sense with the schedule to bubble those people in and put people at risk if you don't go with that. So for entertainment, and I think we've done a phenomenal job virtually throughout this last year and a half, doing all of the things we usually do, drafts, different things to be able to still provide money where it's needed and still be able to take care of what needs to be taken care of virtually. And until we get that clean bill of health, and I know we're going to talk about, a little bit of the vaccination stuff towards the end, really just with COVID opening up, but when that was one of our last topics on the show, but it's definitely not at a point where we're all vaccinated yet. There's only about 1% of the United States that is fully vaccinated right now. And I don't have the cough penalty up today, but we got one for Nick. We're tallying that, and we'll tell you what that means. We'll tell you what that means. And we got Alex here, Nick Andre, one of the hardest working NBA content creators out there. Alex, shit on the money. Check that shit out, bro. Check it out.
Definitely. I Nick, appreciate you, Alex, bro.
Nick,
like one of my good friends.
Tell him again. Tell him again, bro. Where do you write? What do you do? Plug yourself, bro. Gas yourself up. Just like Alex came in here. You deserve it,
definitely.
bro. So tell him again.
All the sites that I write for, man. Obviously, my website Above the Rim. Make sure y'all check me out there. I just relaunched it about 2 weeks ago, so check me out there. I write on Fansided, Everyday Fan. There are a lot of sites that I wrote for in the past that I don't anymore, but I guarantee you, if you look on there on the actual website, you'll probably still be able to find me on there. And I also write for Clutch Points as well. Shout out to Clutch Points. They're based out there in California, where you're at Perry. But yeah, man. I mean, I definitely just try to keep the ball rolling, man. Especially with NBA season. I mean, I know there's a lot of things to talk about, and anytime I can jump onto something, I definitely will be able to get to it. But also for everybody who's a fan of me out there, just look out for later on this year. Definitely, Alex, definitely. But for all the fans out there who are a fan of my content, I appreciate y'all. But make sure to check me out possibly this summer, possibly after the NBA season is over. I'm starting an article series titled Forgotten Players. So I'm going to name probably about like 40, 50 players that, you may remember, but you may not think
I love
of.
that.
Yeah. So,
like that.
Yeah. So I'm probably about 25% done with it. So like I said, it's a process right now. And then also after that, I'm working on a series as well where I'm going to talk about the evolution of each position from point guard to center. So yeah, y'all definitely check out for that.
We got a lot coming. We got a lot
going on.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me what you think, Caleb, about Steph Curry passing Reggie Miller second all-time on threes. Tell me about him. Like that, it's unbelievable.
I mean, he's the best shooter of all time. He's going to end up passing Ray Allen at some point. But I mean, you look back at it, if you had one thing they did pick about it, is that players that used to play like he used to play. Like Steph Curry literally changed the game. So like, good for him. Like that's awesome. But I mean, I think you also have to recognize that Ray Allen was driving to the bucket and driving and dunking it sometimes. So I mean, it wasn't like they were sitting in the corner just pulling up, walking up at logo and just saying whoop, like it's nothing. But that Steph Curry changed the game, so he's one of the greatest shooters of all time and will be the greatest shooter of all time. So I respect him for that.
Absolutely. And Nick, you got Matt Kitty saying good idea there, sick idea with all your ideas for the upcoming article series. So you got some fans in here. And if you haven't checked him out, of course, check it out again. He's for the Unwrapped Sports Network. We don't fuck around here, guys. You got to check us all out, bro. We're having a good time with great people, great content, all doing all types of things here. So stay on the lookout. So much coming in 2021. If you can see it already. Dude, Steph Curry's the best shooter to ever live. I'm going to stand by my statement that I still believe Damian Lillard is the best point guard in the league when you look at it from an all-around standpoint as an individual. Is he's not. I mean, Steph Curry is a dignified champion, the only unanimous MVP of all time. It doesn't take away from any of that for him. I'm just strict, and I don't look at this from an accolade standpoint. When you ask me the question, which I get asked a lot, it's just strictly from if I put these players in a lab and dissect what they're able to bring to the court. Although Steph is the greatest shooter to ever bless this earth, I still take Dame by the slightest. But it doesn't mean anything to take away from the fact, like I said, that he is absolutely the best player of all time. And Caleb can agree. He can slightly agree. Much better than what you usually smoke, Alex. Definitely better when I'm smoking. But hey, we don't discredit here. We don't discredit Steph Curry, any of his accomplishments or skill on the court, or any of his accolades, because they're there and they are worth celebrating. And I think right now it's the time to do so. I mean, passing is second all time. Ray Allen, get ready for your record to get blasted out of the water.
I mean, his championships alone make him better than Dame, so you can't.
Oh, for sure. Exactly. When you look at it from an all-around perspective, it's definitely you got to take championship into perspective, accolades, all those things, being blessed with the beautiful situation that Steph's been blessed in for his whole career. But when people ask me in a different light, where it says just look at the two players as a whole, break down every bit of their game, I'm going to stand by what I stand, but I can see the other way. And I love Steph Curry so much and definitely can't take away from the credit. I got my boy laughing. I love it. His first episode coming in, shows loving the show. So we appreciate you, bro, man. And I'm sorry, again, I was holding up the sleeper draft for hours because I've just been getting all day. My phone has been blowing up. I have everything happening at once today. And I am such a draft-zilla on sleeper. I'm the one that's texting people and trying to push the pace. So today I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world. So shout out to me. If anyone's in the league, please forgive me. I love y'all. All right, we're going to move on. Kevin Porter Jr., we talked about him on the last show with his meltdown where he called modern day racism and slavery on the Cavaliers in the locker room. That was quote unquote the reports. He was having a food fight by throwing food all over the place, stuff like that. So now he's found his way to the Rockets, and he went to USC. I've been a fan of his for a long time. He had problems at USC. He's now had problems with the Cavaliers. When there's smoke, there's fire. When there's smoke, there's keeping it blunt. There's only two things there. You know what I mean? And I think with Kevin Porter Jr., he definitely has the skill. He definitely has what it takes. And I believe that he absolutely can be successful in this league. But unfortunately, he has issues with his psyche and keeping his cool and being a professional. And I mean, I deal with mental health. I deal with anxiety. You know, I'm clear as day on that. I love being transparent about it because I get help for that shit. Because if you have issues, you get help for it and you keep chugging along. There's no excuse. But you can't let that bleed into your career. If that's sports, if that's the restaurant business, if that's apparel, retail, whatever it is that you do, sales, building a higher architecture, whatever it is, you can't let that shit into work. When you clock into work that day, you got to be a professional. And I think that's where we have to make sure we're holding everybody to that same standard because we all have demons. We all deal with our shit. We all have to get help with that. And regardless, we have to keep a career and keep the food on the table. So, I mean, I know when there's bright lights comes definitely a lot of dark demons below, but I still look at us all the same. My boy, Joe, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the show as well. So what do you think? I mean, we don't have to spend too much time on this. I'm glad. I'm a big man of second chances. This would almost be a third chance if we count USC, but we'll call it a second chance for the NBA. And I always hope for a good redemption story. The guy's got some serious bounce. He's got some serious fucking skill, some great range. He's exciting to watch 100%. When he's on. What do you guys think? I mean,
100% agree that.
I definitely think that Kevin Porter Jr. definitely has some personal issues going on in his life. Who knows what it is? Either way, it's with him, and it's honestly none of our business. But right. I do agree with you, Perry. I mean, I think there's levels to this, especially when you're in your work area, you're doing your job and everything. Even though the NBA is pretty much a dream for him, but you still have to have that certain level of professionalism, no matter who is around, whether it's around the media, whether it's around your teammates, coaches, all of that. So when I found out the news that he kind of like went on a rant about, a locker, I was like, okay, there's definitely something going on
bigger
in his personal life. I mean, not nobody's going crazy for a locker.
My thing it's like he has Kevin Love in that locker room. Like Kevin Love is the biggest. Kevin Love is like the
Kevin
biggest
Love
when it
is
comes
the
to
face of mental health.
Yeah, for the NBA. So
Facts.
I don't know. It's just weird situation. He's got some bigger things going on, but
for sure,
I don't know. Rockets are going to be good.
Absolutely, and we got
the Rockets are definitely going to be good.
Alex Valdez saying, "Yo, Nick, when I start a Dynasty Basketball League, I'm going to hire you to consult you on my roster." I love it. I love it.
Let's bring it in, man. Let's make it happen, man.
Speaking of which, I'm playing Alex this week. I'm checking the score.
I love it. I think I'm playing Jason Smith, so one of the unwrapped homies. We'll see if I can hold it down. But we're going to move on to one baseball stat right here. A little thing about the universal DH. For people who don't really watch baseball, I don't know if our fans are baseball heads. I don't know if Nick's a baseball head, whatever it may be. There's half the league that half the league is there's a pitcher for every team. Half the league, the pitcher has to hit, usually at the last spot in the lineup. There's 9 hitters that have to go out. They hit 9th. And then the other half of the league, the pitchers don't have to hit. You can have what's called a designated hitter and have somebody else on your bench come in and bat for them, but not go in the field. So it would be a 10th fielder, for example, but they don't actually field. And Alex says he's winning, Caleb, and the highest score in our league. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Tooting your horn.
That's all right. I'm in first. I'm undefeated, bro. I haven't lost a week yet. I'm good.
But I'm not. I'm the most unlucky. Look at my points against. I have the most points against by a large margin. So, and my bad luck continues to pour into that league. It's all good. I'm lucky enough.
I'm not getting hurt.
My luck goes into my LA sports teams, Lakers and Dodgers, coming off championships. And by the way, I'm fresh off a Q&A with manager Dave Roberts from the Dodgers.
And I saw that.
Yeah, man. Me, Christian. Christian was great enough to bring me on with him, as well as someone with him that was fantastic. I was able to bring on Anthony Conover as well, and Lucas Aquino, both from the Unwrapped Sports family. So they were both there in the background. I actually had a question get answered. I put in a couple, so that was real cool. I love when that happens. I've been definitely like my 4th media appearance now, if you call it that. Regardless, 4th time being able to ask someone in that position a question of some sort. It's really, really fun experience to be able to do that. And it's I love being able to share that with other people around me too. So maybe who knows who's next, but yeah, it was a great little surprise today. And if you didn't check it out on Twitter. I clipped a couple of them. So that was super cool. But yeah, for Universal DH, Nick, that pretty much means that they wanted, like last season with the shortened season, every single team had a designated hitter. So not one pitcher was hitting. It was a fair thing across the entire league because ever since the beginning of time, no one's understood why half the league has an extra hitter and the other half the pitcher has to. And the pitcher is ass. The pitcher is always ass at hitting, clearly. So they go out there, and if they don't sacrifice bunt, which means getting somebody to the next base, then it's useless having them there. And it also like, we pay you millions of dollars to pitch. Let's just let them pitch. Let's bring in another meathead that we're paying millions of dollars to come knock it out of the park for us. I love that. That makes for better entertainment. So I think everyone in America, comment if you're not on this train. I don't know why. I'd love to hear why. But they did it last year for the shortened season, universal DH, and it worked, and we all loved it. And they just announced that the union's going to shut down the motion to have it continue for this next season. So it's going to go back to how it was. So I think that's horseshit. I mean, give the people what they want. We've all been so vocal about that as well. That's been the one thing that we were all like, thank you. You finally did something right. and it worked and keep it. And then they were like, nah, fuck y'all. Baseball continues to have zero connection to its audience and zero appeal to changing with the times. It's absolutely pathetic. From a baseball fan, I'm a baseball fan too. I love my Dodgers. I love watching baseball, but it's absolutely pathetic from a league standpoint and a brand perspective that they are unable to adapt with the times and connect with a newer audience while making it more intriguing for people that have been watching forever. So I think it's always poor planning, poor execution for the MLB, and they continue to do it again. So I know you brought up Caleb. I'll let you run with this one. Talk to me about the NCAA and revenue loss for March Madness.
Yeah, so NCAA came out and said that they lost $800 in revenue from March Madness being canceled.
800 million, right?
Yeah, it's hard to say, dude. That's a lot of fucking money, dude. $800 million from March Madness being canceled. It is their biggest thing. So I was expecting it to be big. I don't think I expected it to be that large of a lump sum of money, but that's going to be huge for them to come back from, because if they don't have a March Madness this year, there's no way NCAA lasts. They're not going to be able to take that amount of losses again. They'll go under. So we'll see what happens, but they're probably shitting themselves right about now, which is about time. So we'll see. Finally, somebody took somebody from them,
it's coming at a bad time for them too, with all the G League progression now and all of the international progression, everything that's been happening around them, and the fact that especially with NCAA football, it's the clear debate between paying players and all the issues that they've had and all these investigations, to a point where people are now debating if that's the way to go. And the NBA is letting high schoolers come into the NBA directly as of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So that takes away the necessity to even go there. So I think if they miss out on March Madness again, that's a huge blow. And they really have a hard time keeping an audience for a full season, except for March Madness, when their audience spikes up. To not have that, what their regular season numbers are, I'd love to see the numbers. I don't think they're enough to sustain it. So if they is enough to sustain it, not the multi-cajillion dollar entity powerhouse that it's been for as long as it's been, it's going to take a hit. I'm confident with that. But we're going to move on from sports. That was a fabulous section, guys. Feel free to smoke up. Give yourself a break. That shit was dope. But we got trending news. A lot of stuff's happened, man. And it's some real tough start here. We're gonna end on a lighter note. That way we have a nice roll to the end of the show. But, we got to get this out of the way. Just so much that's happened. And you have to remember, we're a weekly show. So this is all that's really happened in the last week. So it's really a jam-packed, heart-filled, terrible week from, a lot of perspectives. You got Kobe and Gianna Bryant and all the other people that died on that terrible helicopter crash a year ago from yesterday. I know all three of us are massive Kobe stans. I know for me personally, I've been in Los Angeles. I've met him twice. It's just a phenomenal man. What you were able to see from him and see the kind of father he was after, the kind of brilliant man he was from a production standpoint, winning those awards. It was phenomenal. It almost seemed like he walked on water. So at least for me, I guess it's my tribute to start before I hand it off to you boys. But it's not just him either. His beautiful daughter, so many other people that were on that helicopter. It's so heartbreaking to remember that day. And luckily I know me and Nick were talking, and it wasn't as emotional of a day. It was in the beginning. We both woke up, saw a few of those tribute videos, punched me in the fucking heart. Definitely broke down a couple times. But then I looked at it almost like I need to spend the rest of the day doing something. I need to push myself more today and I know that might sound cheesy to some, and I don't give a flying fuck how that sounds to you. It maybe that if it doesn't hit you the same, it doesn't hit you the same. But at least for me, I try to implement the Mamba mentality into how I run my businesses, how I live my life. Every day you put one foot in front of the other. Every day you're trying to strive to be a little bit better than you were the day before. And if you don't help yourself that day, you help somebody else that day, and you influence lives, and you think bigger. And I think that's where it goes unnoticed for Kobe Bryant. And it sucks because a lot of people, not us especially, but there was a lot of people that he didn't impact their life, I guess, maybe in the same way, but at least for our age range and what he meant to the game of basketball, what he meant to our lives and growing up with him, it's a different level of connection there. And he was our GOAT, growing up, really. And I know LeBron is now, but that man means so much to me, and it's just rest in peace to him. And I'd never want those names that also died on the helicopter crash to not be said either. Like, there's a lot of people that lost their lives that day, upwards to double digits almost, and it's disgusting and heartbreaking, and my heart aches for those families. But thank you so much for everyone that put together such beautiful tribute videos and spent the time to really dig up the works and find the beautiful moments, because that's all we can hang on to. And I know that Vanessa Bryant and family said she didn't want the NBA as a whole or the teams to do any particular tributes and stuff, but there's no way you can control the people online and the fact that they're mourning as well. And it's so weird. It's one of those people that I know, someone in the network, Dustin, who seems to not have a heart sometimes, but we love him to death. But he even said, I think that's the first public figure that ever really hit me, and I really, really got emotional for it. That's crazy, man. I know that he meant so much to me. I'm going to stop with the talking now and let you guys run away with it too. But that one in particular means a lot to me. So rest in peace to all those people. And, my thoughts are with the family always. So.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, just kind of like around this time or since yesterday was the anniversary, that last year on January 26th, I was a wreck, but this year I just try to really honor him and just not even really think about how he went out. Just kind of think of, all the good times, like how he made me feel. Because obviously me and Perry have talked on numerous occasions. I was the biggest Kobe fan ever. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I was definitely that guy. Like, I eat, breathe, sleep Kobe Bryant. Like, 100%. Even to this day, like I have a YouTube playlist on my YouTube page, like strictly like Kobe highlights that I've had probably since I was like 13, 14 years old. Like, it's crazy. Like, I grew up like just diehard Kobe fan. Like, it's insane. So it definitely took me another way that day when I found out that he was no longer with us. And to be honest, man, I just always want to honor his name forever, and just just kind of like continue to respect the likes of Vanessa and his three daughters that are still here. And just continue to honor his name, man. Like, whenever you talk about Kobe Bryant, I just always want it to be greatness when it comes to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same thing you guys said. I mean, I always was the guy who battled against, Kobe fans, like, because I liked LeBron. And so, like, I always had that argument with people, but like, I came to like respect him. Like, I never like shit on him because he was like, he just made you respect him because of how he played. So like, I respected the man. I didn't necessarily like him because he was always winning. But I mean, that happens when there's a new star in town. So, but the respect that I have for Kobe is astonishing. So losing him last year was very hard. I think I spent like a day and a half on the couch. Couldn't really do anything. Just amazed by what had happened. But, seeing Pau Gasol's post really made me, realize that, you need to take things and as the day goes and just do what Kobe would do, be better yourself, like you were saying, Perry. So I agree with both of you guys on this one, and, prayers to that family for the rest of your lives. They got great people around them, lean on them, rely on them, and you guys will be fine.
Absolutely. It's all NBA family, so it's awesome to see everybody coming together, and, it's always going to suck. It's never going to get cooler, and, ever. It's never going to get easier. So we'll move on to the next terrible bit of news. Hank Henry Aaron passed away at 86 years old. Fuck, man. It's just been 2021 starting off just as shitty as 2020. I know we all said 2020, it's gone now and stuff. We all knew the problems were coming with us. And so
without question.
You all know, bro, the vibes were still bad. Like, there was nothing good about that. I didn't even know it was New Year's, bro. I feel like I woke up the next day and just said, same shit, same toilet, bro. I'm going to go use Charmin. That was pretty much that was it, bro. That's it. Like, Hank Aaron, I know. What's your guys' opinion? You guys Barry Bonds guys or what? Because I know some people don't count him as the home run king. They give it to Hank Aaron, and it's regardless, his accomplishments are monumental. The man he was at the time that he played as a black man in the league, and the accomplishments that he was able to do, absolutely monumental, paramount. Pioneer. There's so many words that you could say.
He's the nicer of the two. So why wouldn't you roll with Hank Aaron? Like, you're not gonna roll with Barry Bonds, but
he's my home run king. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, because I've been Barry Bonds you count it, but you don't with all the shit that he did and stuff. And he's such a charismatic guy. You love to see it. But I mean, Hank Aaron is the legend of the legend, man. And that one play, you know, when he broke Babe Ruth's record, that will always be engraved in my mind when he's rounding the bases and there's fans jumping out of the stands to try and run with this man, you know, and when he just beat Babe's record. And at that time,
nobody thought it would ever happen.
I'm going to stress like how terrible the racial circumstances were. My boy Nick knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. That was the circumstances today are still something, as we mentioned with Robbie on the last show, that's something that Martin Luther King, who we were celebrating last week, wouldn't be proud of at this very moment, but will be as we continue to take progression forward as a unified unit here. But again, I just don't think that it's a shame, man. You know what I mean?
Without question,
man. Yeah, it's so tough, man. But yeah, he's my home run king.
He's my home run king.
Just so amazing to see.
Barry Bonds was fun to watch, but it was a little extra.
Yeah, no, I feel that. It's just for me, it's different when Hank Aaron moved mountains to break that record during a time where he was getting so much hate. He was getting hate mail. He was getting death threats. Like that was all you can read in all the articles about it. It's just I couldn't imagine staying focused on your career, you know, getting that much ridicule. And such a brilliant man. So he dies at 86, unfortunately, but he did live a very good life. Another guy here, Larry King, TV personality, such a brilliant man, brilliant mind. I know I'm a Larry King guy.
I thought he was already 100 years old, but
yeah, he didn't age as good. You know, definitely didn't look as great. But I mean, 87, a year older than Hank, and another one, bro. Like, it's
man. That man was the best in his region, without question. And it's crazy because like the day that we found out that he passed, I went all down Twitter, all down the timeline, and just looking at his old interviews with all the types of celebrities. He wasn't afraid to ask you like the big time questions, you know what I'm saying? All the hard questions. And he would do anything necessary, like just to like ask you like certain questions that he wanted to. And the thing that was crazy for me was that, you know, nobody took offense to anything that he had asked, which is insane. So it just showed you like the kind of professional that he was and like how good he was at his craft.
Yeah, he was. I mean, just the iconic him just talking to somebody super famous in front of his set is just, you know, ingrained in everybody's mind. He's just talked to everybody, like you're saying, Nick. Every interview I ever watched as growing up or as a kid, you know, Larry King was on the news. And he was great at what he did. So it's super sad to see him pass away. Didn't realize he was only 87, but it's super unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely. This one really hurts though. Siku Smith passed away from COVID complications at 48 years old. A man that we had on an Unwrapped podcast just about 2 months ago with Mr. Aaron Washington on the Business Casual Basketball Show. Had him as a guest, and was so nice.
Oh, man.
So nice, man. Just such a brilliant man and the face of NBA TV for so many years. It's just, you know him. Before he was on, of course you know who he is. And to see that smile and to see what everyone in the market would say about him, especially now after his passing online, you never see a bad thing. It just seems like he's so well loved, just universally loved. And to go before 50 years old from this fucking pandemic, bro, from COVID complications, dude, it is such horseshit, man. It breaks my heart. And you know, I'll pass it over to one of you guys, bro. But this one shocked me yesterday. I called Aaron right away. I think I told him the news, and I was like, bro, I love you, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, this one hurts, dude. This one hurts. So
yeah,
I'll pass it off.
It definitely sucks, man. Rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family and friends. But man, it just really made me realize, like, man, I really wish I had the opportunity to like actually talk to him, engage with him, because there was actually a time where I nearly had him on my podcast Above the Rim, because I saw him on Aaron's podcast, Business Casual, and then I saw him on my friend Matt's podcast, The Playground. So I hit Matt. I hit my friend Matt, and I was like, "Hey man, how'd you get him on the show?" He's like, "Oh man, just email him, DM him, whatever." And so I have a guy in Atlanta who was actually kind of close to the area, where Siku is, and he was able to give me his email. But the thing was, at the time when I wanted to hit him up, I believe he was in the bubble. So I was like, oh man, he's probably not gonna have no time to like really do a podcast with me or anything. So I kind of just like left it alone, never hit him up, and then I was gonna wait till like possibly a later time, but unfortunately I won't be able to have the opportunity, man. So like I said, rest in peace to him. Condolences to all his family and all the ones who cared for him.
Yeah, man, it's so unfortunate.
I didn't really know him outside of when Aaron had him on, so I'm new to Siku. But that's super sad. He's only 48 years old and dies from COVID. That's just crazy to look at.
Breaks your
crazy
heart, man.
to look at.
Really breaks your heart. Again, and just COVID continues to take lives. It's so unfortunate, especially. I mean, you got to be lucky to not have the symptoms and not have it as bad. Like, you got to make sure that you're staying safe, making sure that that you got to protect everyone else around you that might not be able to fight it in the same way that you can fight it. So, wear your fucking mask. If it is a mask, make sure it's Unwrapped Sports Mask on the teespring.com/store/unwrapped shop. But, wear those masks, you motherfuckers. I swear to God, we're almost done, dude. Like, just don't even give me shit. Moving on to something a little lighter now. We got Dame Lillard.
I don't understand this, bro. I don't understand this part.
Dame Lillard? Yeah, tell them. Tell the crowd. What's the names?
I don't know, bro. Like, I can't.
Callie, and
Callie.
Callie and Kali. That's how it was spelled out, like Lee. Like, it was spelled out how they was supposed to be pronounced.
Okay.
Callie.
Wow.
No. You already gave too much of a It's It's Callie. Like Callie. And it's exactly the same with an extra I. And we're just having this discussion on the last show. We just had this discussion on the last show with Robbie when we were talking about outlandish baby names. We said, you named your baby Ocean. You named your baby Apple. You named your baby Sunshine. That is a human. So stop with the outlandish baby name. Or you don't need to name it cookie cutter names. My name's Perry. It's a little out of the box. You could hate it. Doesn't matter to me. But it's not fucking Mountain. My name's not Snow. So at least I'm fine with that. And if it was Allie, which would still be a little off, I hope that my sister wouldn't have the exact same name as me with an extra letter. Like, that would...
Yeah, I would be pretty upset about that.
Dude, I'd be upset as hell. I'd be like, Dad, you made so much money, but that's the amount of originality that you put into the name selection. You even rap.
I feel like anyone who gives... Man, I honestly feel like anyone who gives like their kid like a crazy name like Ocean, or actually I know a person named December. Like, how many people named that? This girl I know named her baby Ocean, and I feel so bad because that's the name I use when I use this example. But like, I can't get over it. Like, it's insane. Like, it's just like pure laziness to me. In all honesty, like, hospitals probably need to start having like a list of like names that like you can actually pick. Like, you can't go outside of this list. Some of them are just crazy, bro.
No names.
It's so crazy.
The list of names you're not allowed. Here's 10 objects, 10 destinations, and 10 adjectives that you cannot use for your baby's name. That is so fucking funny. But that's it. On a serious note, though, congratulations to Damian Lillard having twins. That's such a beautiful thing. Fatherhood. Awesome. I can't wait to have that shit. So, I'll absolutely love it. Shout out to Dame Lillard. Karis LeVert, another happy bit of news. Successful surgery. They found. Can you guys remind me what it was? It was like on his kidney or something. Nick, remind me what the actual thing that they found in the physical when he got traded was.
I want to say it was. Wait, no. It might have not been kidney cancer. I think they treated him for kidney cancer, but I don't know exactly what the actual thing was.
I think they removed the mass.
Right. Regardless, that wouldn't have been found until the off season if he didn't get traded, because they don't do another round of physicals until the next season starts. So that was a blessing in disguise, because that could have saved his life.
Yeah.
So getting traded to Indiana, I think that is the best thing that's ever happened to him. because it could have just extended his life for who knows how long. So that's kind of awesome, and the fact that he had successful surgery. Yeah, tell me what's up.
It's called renal cell carcinoma, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but yeah, that's basically what it's called that he had.
Okay. Fuck, man. I mean, thank God they found it. Seriously, thank God they found it. And shout out to Karis LeVert, who was balling out with the Nets before. He's gonna have a good career. I mean, as long as he can get back to full health, like he's gonna have a really good career there, and almost could potentially make that Oladipo stride. If he can come back 100%, I could see him taking the Oladipo leap. So I do like that a lot for sure. So tell me, Caleb, this was something you sent in. Courtney and Travis Barker, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw it. I don't really know much about it.
Cool. Same here, man. This is one of our little bits of news that we just kind of sprinkle out for you guys to keep you entertained.
It's Kardashian news.
Kardashian sells, right? So
and
Courtney,
Travis Barker. What is Travis Barker from? Is he a band?
Is he like a singer? Wasn't he a singer? Travis Barker's a singer, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, good for them, bro. Good for them. This is something that this is a really, really cool one. AMC officially out of bankruptcy gets off the table after the company raises $917 million out of nowhere. Like they were ready to fold. And something that Christian
is the drummer for
Tell me.
He's the drummer for Blink-182.
Oh, okay. That kind of makes it a little cooler, I guess.
Okay.
Makes it a little cooler. Makes it a little cooler. Man, good for you, Courtney. That's a good land. That's a good land. I see you.
Okay.
Keep working. Yeah, the devil works, but the Kardashians work way fucking harder. You know that. That way harder. They put in work.
All I got to say out of all of them is Kylie's the best looking one. Even though I'm not a big Kardashian fan, but if I had to choose one or the other, Kylie.
I don't know, bro. Courtney's kind of got my heart for some reason. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Courtney's there too. I
don't know why. Bro. Kim's cool. Kim's whatever.
Yeah, Kim's not.
All right, we're wasting too much time.
Chloe's dead last.
Yeah,
Chloe's dead. Dude, Chloe didn't even make the conversation, bro. Chloe didn't even make the conversation, bro. So AMC, I know Christian and Alex, two of my best buds from Unwrapped Sports, of course, blowing up today about the AMC stock going
was hilarious
crazy.
To watch. This was hilarious to watch.
All right, tell me tell me more, Caleb, because I'm curious to what you thought was hilarious, because I have my perspective on it too. It's from a different perspective.
It's just all the hedge funds. They're holding it up. They don't want it to go up anymore. Apparently, all the Redditors are getting in and paying for a bunch of shit, and then the companies are like, "Fuck." And the AMC and what happened the other day? What was the other one?
GameStop.
Just out.
That's what I said. I was like, what did GameStop do? I thought that was hilarious. When we first found out, I said, what did GameStop revolutionize to make their stock go up so hard? Like, what did they announce? Is there some sort of virtual game experience in the store? I was like, what happened? So I looked this up. New GameStop innovation. Like, what happened? And it's just Redditors boosting the fuck out of this stock. And I had to ask Christian, like, what the fuck's happening, bro? It's so funny, man. So, yeah.
Where they started to own, like, majority of the companies, and then they put a stop on it, so you can't go.
Dude, that is so funny. But at least with AMC, let me bring this up from a different perspective, because they were about to go bankrupt. I mean, do all of you use streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, all that shit?
Oh, yeah,
Disney
definitely,
Plus.
Definitely.
I mean, dude, I'm watching my YouTube TV right now, the Laker game, while doing the
Only
stream.
down by 4 now, dude.
Yeah, we see that shit. Yeah, gang, bro. But you know what's up. Yeah, AD, Defender of the Year. If he's not, I'm going to kill someone. But for real, I'm going to talk about this from a why perspective. Why raise $917 million for the AMC? When a pandemic is still not technically in sight for the end here, and their refusal to actually implement a streaming service yet, they finally now have brought it up so that they can get these funds. But it took them this long when you could pirate a movie or a game anywhere, anytime.
Oh, yeah, without question.
You know what's up, bro. Like it's so easy. And I'm gonna ask both of you, Nick, when this pandemic, let's say you're vaccinated, and you don't know if there's herd immunity yet, for example, are you down to go to a game? Or, I mean, are you down to go to a movie and just sit there in a movie? Is that something that, if it is, that's cool. I'm just asking. With vaccinations, I'd understand, but is that still something that's appealing to you?
I went to a movie for my buddy's birthday. But it was like he rented out the movie theater. Like you can rent out the movie theater, so everybody was able to sit like far apart, and you could like whoever you came with, you could sit with.
Right.
But it wasn't like a lot. There's like 10 of us. So
are you still with movies, Nick, or no?
Oh man, I'm gonna say I really do miss going to theaters. I haven't been in the theater since last March, to be honest, man. Like me and my lady, shout out to my lady, by the way. We used to go to movies all the time, man. And I think now it's really been a struggle, but it's like, the good side of me will say I'm not gonna go just because I need to stay safe away from COVID. I need to stay social distance as much as possible, and I already know for a fact that my lady's probably not even gonna let me anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, like honestly, man, I'm a big fan of the theaters, man. I mean, even though the food is expensive as shit, but I do love the theaters, so I definitely am missing that experience.
Yeah, I could feel that. I think an experience every once in a while, I understand, but I'm such a freak with the whole COVID shit. When there is vaccinations, I think my mind will be different. When everyone, it seems like we've had herd immunity now by enough time, I feel like I'll start to feel more comfortable with it. But I don't know. Right now, just the thought of sitting in a movie theater just makes me want to fucking throw up. So I'll keep renting.
I want to add something like off topic.
Yeah, bro. Of course.
Like, how long do y'all see this whole pandemic lasting?
Fuck, man. I mean, I don't think it's going away per se. I think the better question is, when do we have it under enough of a hold and we've made it to where it's not at a pandemic level anymore. It's just a disease to where, or, it's a virus that's floating around. It's not at a pandemic level. I think that is more insight than we might think. I think with the vaccines here, we don't talk politics on this show, so we're not going to talk about the implements of the new presidency, rolling out the vaccinations or any of that. It doesn't matter to us. At the end of the day, we're just the people on the other end waiting to at least have that option. And there's only 1% of America that has. So I think once that number is significantly higher, a lot of these conversations can be more realistic. Okay, well, we've had this now. We've seen the numbers now go here. We can pull data. We can pull trends to maybe pull a realistic answer of when we can predict when life will kind of start to come back to a little bit of more normalcy, if not complete normalcy. But I think that we're 3, 4, 5 months away from even knowing those trends to even formulate a realistic answer,
Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a fucked up situation. Fuck it. Just fuck it all, dude. We fucking hate it. But the AMC, good for you. You've risen out of the ashes like a phoenix, and you, for some reason, live to fight another day. So thank you to the $917 million donation. Whoever gave you that, I wish I had that money, and I wish you let us hold $1. That's it. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory getting a prequel. Does this matter to you guys? Are you guys Willy Wonka fans? Does it strike a nostalgic note with you, or are you not a big fan of it?
I don't know.
I definitely would as a kid. You want to go, Caleb?
No, you got it.
All right, cool. But I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, I wouldn't say I was the biggest Wonka fan, but I did watch the movie on numerous occasions. So I think possibly just because I'm not that big of a fan, as far as now, I'm in my 20s now. So in 2021 or 2022, whenever it releases a prequel for it, I'm not really going to be like, go out of my way to go see it.
Right.
But that's just me.
Absolutely. I feel that completely. I think it's cool. Right. Prequels, sequels, all that stuff. It's always cool to extend a story, and who knows if they make it even better. So I think it's cool. I thought it was always a fun idea with Willy Wonka.
You can't beat Johnny Depp though as Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I feel that. I thought it was a good performance for sure. But even the first one, the original one, that's still a good movie. I thought it was good vibes. It was fun. It's not like it's something you want to tear apart to win an award or anything like that. But I mean, it's definitely good fun and for the family and stuff like that. By the way, we're just gonna watch this last 8 seconds of this Laker game together. They're up by 1. I'm gonna do my live commentary. We have Tobias Harris rises up over Caruso and nails it. So as a Laker fan, that breaks my heart, but they're up by 1. They give it to AD at half court, 1.1 second. No timeout. Launches it. Did he get fouled? It doesn't look like it, but he is on the ground. It looks like that game is over. Philly wins by 1. What an ending. Wow. Tobias Harris with the clutch shot of the day. As a Laker fan, that's got to fucking strike our heart. But you got to give credit when ballers go out there and fucking put on a show. So he went and made that happen. Shout out to Tobias Harris and the 76ers who just took it over the Lakers. Lakers, I still believe, have the best record in the league right now as well. My boy Cho. He says, wow, y'all cover everything. Good stuff, bro. I like to say that we're a chameleon. I change my green screen every time. And I think my skin tone changes with it. But I don't know, man. That's just me. I think I find my new skin every time. So you know what's up. I appreciate you, bro. Cho's my new best friend, bro. He follows like 10 people on Twitter. I was like, yo, let's all follow everyone in this Dynasty League. Like, let's get it, bro. And he was like, yeah, no, I see you guys, but like, I don't really do that follow for follow thing. I was like, Cho, come on, bro. I think we're worthy of each other's follow. Get the fuck out of here. And all of a sudden, next day, I see a follow from him. I said, my man, let's go. So, yeah, I'm at it. I'm loving it, bro. All right, on to the next thing, guys. We got are either of you Game of Thrones fans? Because I don't care for it at all.
I hate it. I hate it with a passion. My girlfriend tried to get me to watch it. Like when the whole thing was going on, I just couldn't.
Not my thing. Not my thing. What about you, Caleb? Are you a Game of Thrones?
I like it.
Dude?
I like it. I think it's cool. Yeah, I love Game of Thrones. Besides the last season. Last season sucks.
You speak Doc Rothy? Do you speak Doc Rothy?
No, I do not.
Huzzah! It's just not my thing, bro. It's not my fucking thing.
If you got into it,
it's not mine either.
But they are reportedly developing a Game of Thrones prequel. So it's based off George R.R. Martin's Tale of Dunk and Egg. So if that strikes an egg for you guys, go check that out. Hell yeah. Good night, Chuck. Thank you so much for coming and spending some of your
time. Night, Chuck.
Appreciate it a lot, bro. So we got the next one, live action Harry Potter in the early development at HBO Max. I'm a Harry Potter guy. I'm not like a Harry Potter like diehard, but I like Harry Potter. I think it's cool. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we'll see what they got going on, what they're thinking here with live action.
I'll fuck with them, Harry.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Maybe if they try and make it a prequel too, or like a separate spinoff.
The Game of Thrones thing was HBO, and the Harry Potter thing is HBO Max. So back-to-back HBO topics. If you're a HBO stock owner, you should be feeling good right now, probably. So you guys saw the Godzilla and Kong movie trailer?
I didn't see it, bro.
Did you not? Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I did hear about it.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me try and pull this shit up really quick. I don't even care. What are we going to get copyrighted for this Kong thing? I don't think so.
Don't say that. You better knock on wood.
It's okay. Alex has already set the record for how many times you can get copyrighted in a year. Let's see. Hold on. I love you, Alex, by the way. Okay, so
Alex.
Let's see.
You find it?
At the very least, I'm going to share the screen for this fucking photo because it's badass. And it shows you, it's literally action on action on action. So it's like this Godzilla comes out from like the water or something is what I saw. While Kong is pretty much a prisoner to the government or whoever he may be from, like they've kept him cool. And he only communicates with this child. This child's like 8. And this child like doesn't even talk, but like Kong will like communicate somehow with this fucking child. So somehow this child controls Kong and they communicate to him that like whatever, they need his help. I'm not going to get into it as much, nor do I feel like I'm the man to, but all of a sudden they're like, Kong, you need to defeat Godzilla. So Godzilla's coming out, it starts fucking shit up, and it's like two massive things just like going at each other. If you're an action guy, you like movies with all the CGI, all the effects, this is right down your alley. Even someone who doesn't like it that much, like myself, I watched the trailer and was like, okay, that's pretty badass. You know, one of those things where you're like, I can get behind that. It's definitely cool. So, but other than that, are you guys Kong or Godzilla people or anything like that? I don't know what people are into. So
I've seen Kong a while ago, but I don't know. It's been
I've seen.
all right, bro.
I've definitely seen Godzilla a few times.
All right, hold on. Let me share this screen. I think I got it. Here we go. You guys see it? Hold on. Let's just wait for the ad.
There you go. Yep.
When the video is hot, you know there's those ads. You know there's those ads. So we got to get through it. TurboTax.
God,
If you haven't done your taxes, hit up TurboTax. It's not an ad, but it's for them.
Then they like to hit you with two real quick. Two ads.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear this? Let me know if you can hear this.
I can hear it.
All right, cool. All right, let's smoke to this, boys. Light the fuck up.
Oh man, I'm trying to hurry up and roll up right now. I have to go back and grab my grinder.
Big Bertha today.
I need to grind this a little bit more.
Sorry to extend the show a little, boys. I mean, I got nothing out there tonight, so it'll be a little more. Nothing should be cool.
Here we go.
Just knew it was him.
Dude, the CGI is badass as fuck, though.
Ooh.
It's cool, right?
Sounds like a good
This is
soundtrack.
sick.
I think the girl from Stranger Things is in it. Kong bows no one but this fucking 8-year-old girl, bro. You need to see this shit.
Damn, dude, that was crazy. She's Val.
Badass, bro. I guess the other video I saw had the girl in it. It was, I don't know if it was the official trailer because this one was the official one. But you know, I feel like that it looks badass as fuck. Are you guys gonna see that? Maybe in the theaters, maybe not. But regardless, I'm gonna see that.
I'll see it.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
It was badass. All right. But, you Star Wars guys or no?
I am a little bit.
Yes,
I'm
I
getting-
love Star Wars.
I'm getting into it more. I've always been into it, but Alex and Christian are super into it. They're getting into it, making me watch more. But the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game is reportedly in the works, not being developed by EA or BioWare. So a new game is on the rise for any of you gamers out there. There's going to be a new Star Wars game that's not developed by EA and BioWare. So it's going to be from someone else that hasn't been released yet. I think that's pretty fun. I know I'm not the biggest gamer. I just ordered Madden today just because why not, right? So I just got that today. It's coming on the way. I'm not the guy that waits for the new games all crazy and stuff, but I'm ready to get it. I do have the Xbox. So are you guys console guys? What do you guys have, Xbox or PlayStation?
I'll make this quick and easy. I have an Xbox, but I don't really play anything. I just use it to watch games and things.
It's where you watch your porn. I feel you, bro.
No, gross.
What about you, Nick? What about you, Nick?
As of right now, I am an Xbox One owner, but I am trying to work on the PS5. But it's just not working for me. It's just has not worked out for me.
Apparently, it's the hardest thing in the world to ever get is this PS5. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm an Xbox One guy too. That's what I have. I've always been an Xbox guy, so whatever. So we got some music stuff. Y'all remember Trey Songz the other at the Chiefs game? He beat the hell out of a cop. He had him in a chokehold and everything. And I didn't really read into the details too much, but he did get arrested. There was a bunch of mugshots and photos of him in jail and stuff. Did you guys see this?
No.
I didn't see it, but I definitely heard of it. It was it's just insane to me.
Oh,
like,
I think I saw the video.
I can't imagine it.
I just don't think I realized it was Trey Songz. I think I saw the video.
You didn't realize it was Trey Songz?
No.
Give me 1 second. Let me pull up the video. All right, hold on. Let's share the screen. I like we're pulling all the tabloids in today. If you want the news, we got the news, bro. We got this shit. Trey Songz, bro. Wildin' out. TMZ, shout out. Come on. Don't give me an ad though.
They're gonna give you an ad, bro.
I definitely need to see this. It's always the R&B guys that will fuck you up.
They got the melody in the songs, but they throw down.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
There's too many people all in one spot. I tell you that.
Bro, that's definitely not COVID cool if you're asking me.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So it wasn't like the best video in the world, but TMZ gets what TMZ gets. But regardless, he ends up in jail. So shout out Trey Songz wilding out the Chiefs game and going to a winner. But we got some more music news. Timbaland says Drake's been asking for a Justin Timberlake and Usher versus battle. You guys hear about that?
No, I
did hear about that.
There's a lot of versus battles happening though.
I think they're all through Timbaland, I think. I feel like every time I read one of these tidbits, it's something to do with Timbaland. So is he the guy that's in charge of the versus stuff? That would probably be a good Alex question.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's him and Swizz Beatz.
Okay. That makes way more sense now.
I
just kind of assumed. But yeah, I know with Drake, he's been asking for that. Y'all hear about Drake's new album coming?
Yeah.
I heard about it. And I can't wait to come out.
That was supposed to leak, but then I think me and Alex are assuming it's going to be Valentine's Day.
That's perfect.
So I don't know. I'm a Drake guy, so I'm pumped for that. We'll see what's going on with that. We got French Montana saying he's working on a collab with Jay-Z. Don't know who's a Jay-Z guy in here. Who's a French Montana guy? I love Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I like them both.
Hove to the day I die, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hove is the god.
Absolutely, bro. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I think that's going to be a fucking bop. Harriet Tubman going on the $20 bill. Me and my boys, we're already starting to call them Tubbies. I'm already starting them Tubbies. Are you guys down with that or no? I don't think.
I guess as an African American, I am, but at this point, I just want another stimmy. So that's all I really want right now.
You don't talk to me about money until you give me my stimmy. But regardless, on a serious note, I think this is something cool. I know I just think it's a cool tidbit here when a face is changing on a dollar bill, something like that. Regardless of the reason, you don't get too into it. I just think it's pretty cool. So let's end with California, where your boy lives, lifting the heavy COVID restrictions. Yahoo! Tell me what you guys think about this before I go on my rant.
I feel like New York is open.
I feel like whatever y'all doing, it's still gonna be stricter than Florida.
Yep, I think it's no matter what. Yeah. Caleb up there is the one that's wilding out the most, always, because I saw,
especially being a tally. I know you out there, bro.
No,
bro, I saw yesterday. I think it was. I didn't put it on here, but it was 2 Florida women impersonate cops on Facebook Live, get arrested. I remember reading that and immediately think of Caleb saying the birthday challenge.
Why am I the first thing you think of when you think of?
Dude, that is hilarious. Hold on, Nick, real quick. Pull out your phone. Go to Google real quick. You're gonna do the challenge.
Oh, Caleb, no, you're gonna have him do this.
Caleb, tell him what to do.
All right, bro. You're gonna Google. What is it? You Google your birthday with Florida man.
Oh God. Oh man.
So like January 23rd or whatever your birthday is. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
So you doing your
then
birthday and what else?
Florida man.
Florida man, and just your birthday.
Florida man.
Yeah.
All right.
Some wild ass shit's about to pop up, regardless.
All right, I got my birthday ninja. The fuck?
Is
I
he
don't
the
know.
exception to the birthday rule?
No, can't be.
Let me see.
There's gotta
I beg you.
there's gotta be a good headline.
My dog won't fucking shut the fuck
Let me
up.
see. Oh god, Florida man on death row asking for a new sentence for 1998 girlfriend or murder of girlfriend's mom.
So my dog's making an appearance. I gotta give her the FaceTime when she wants
What's
it.
up? What's
She works hard.
up?
She works hard to look this good. So say hi to Piper, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully she
What's up,
stops
Piper?
now that I gave her stuff. Great show tonight, guys. Thank you so much, Ed Boy. We really appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Hey, that's my boy.
Sir Boy, I love it, bro. We got people coming from all over. We got
Appreciate it.
lots coming into one place to get high, drink a little bit, have some good vibes, listen to music, talk some pop culture, talk about some tidbits and some fucking sports. It's the best thing around. So you got to come to Keep It In Blunt always.
Yes,
Wednesdays.
sir.
I just gotta do that. I just love that. So California lifted the COVID thing. Whatever, man. I'm essential. I'm one of those Buffalo Wild Wings workers. I run a restaurant. So I think it's doesn't make sense to take that next phase until we've been vaccinated, which is so close. We were in the 1C group, so it didn't make sense time wise. But I do understand the battle between business, morals, and health and safety. It's a very ugly battle that there's no winner whatsoever, and it's been the worst thing in the world. So, I mean, whatever, man. I'm just going to try and stay strapped, stay safe. Again, please, guys, make sure you guys are doing the same and staying safe and always
definitely do that.
looking after one another. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I can say. I can see that now. I can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's just the one thing I want to keep chiming to my people that are up right now. They feel real down. Shit's not going their way. It just seems like a dark time. You got COVID, your family's got COVID, your work isn't opening again, whatever the fuck it may be, bro, it's going to get better. So that's it, bro. I know my people are struggling out there. So sometimes you just need a good vibe sent your way. So from us to you, good vibes for sure. We're going to end up with our last segment here. Puff Puff Pass, Candy Edition. Caleb, tell them what Puff Puff Pass is.
All right. So it's kind of like, what is it like, Perry?
Like fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Yeah, there we go. Fuck one, marry one, kill one. So,
you puff on two. You puff on
so
two.
another. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there you go. That's good too. So we got candy edition. So we got chocolate, fruit candy, or sour candy. So those are your three options. So Nick, you're on stage.
You get to pick two, puff on two, pass on one that you can live without.
All right, so I got. Okay, so I start with one I can't live without. Sorry.
You're gonna pick two that you love. There's gonna be one that doesn't make the list. One that you can cut.
Okay. All right, so I gotta go chocolate.
For a puff?
Cut out? A puff.
For a puff.
You just took a puff.
Okay, it better be a puff. Goddamn.
All right. Fruity candy, just because Skittles guy. So, and sour candy, I can definitely live without that shit.
Caleb.
All right. I'm gonna go opposite here. I'm gonna go fruity candy. I'm also a Skittles guy. It's my number one. And then I got number two, sour candy.
Wow.
I'm pumping on that.
My guy.
So
chocolate is on its way out. Pass it on.
Passing on chocolate.
Dang, dude. Even like M&M, Snickers.
Oh, my boy passed on cookies last week.
I like chocolate, but I like fruity and sour better than I like chocolate. I like chocolate though.
Cookies.
I like chocolate though. I know it's an unpopular opinion.
And now he just passed on chocolate, bro. My boy just passed on cookies last week and chocolate this week. I don't know what the fuck that is, dude. I'm glad that we said we're different things. It makes for better conversation. I'll tell you that. So I'm puffing like 5 times on chocolate. Let me just tell you that right now. I'm puffing on chocolate for fucking breakfast. So 100% puff on chocolate. 10 out of fucking 5 times. 5 out of 0. I'm fucking chocolate all the way. Fruity candy, I'm with you guys. I'm a big Skittles guy too. I'll rock with some Skittles. And then sour candy, you can go. Take a hike. And sour Skittles is a good twist. But if I have to pass, they got to pass. Like
What
chocolate.
about like sour straws, bro? That's just
Right.
bad.
But like
Sour Patch Kids, Sour Patch
chocolate is
Kids.
Pat Mahomes.
Our straws are
Chocolate is Pat-
overrated, man.
To me,
No,
it's like
they're not.
chocolate is Pat Mahomes. Like Skittles would be like a Lamar Jackson, and then sour candy would be the rest of the bunch. Where it's like you
Oh,
live with them, but they're not
dude.
the upper echelon of candies. You know what I mean?
Neither is Lamar Jackson.
Skittles.
Yeah.
So I said Skittles, Lamar Jackson, but chocolate's Pat Mahomes, like the upper echelon, in my opinion.
Skittles are
And
kind
then-
of up there.
But they're both like right there, though. They're both right there, and then the rest of them are sour candy. You know, like
Skittles
you can
are
win with them.
top-notch candy.
You for sure can win with the rest of the quarterbacks, but they're just not them. You know.
Feel that.
I love that. I love that we ended it on such a awesome introspective conversation here on candy, guys. Nick, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been such a pleasure to get high as shit with you. Talk about
Yeah, you
everything
did all right, Nick.
across the planet.
Hey,
You faded,
I'm
bro?
good, but I see your two red eyes, Caleb, bro. So I know you are zoned out.
Yeah, no, I'm not zoned out. I'm good.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how faded did we get you on keeping it blunt today?
I'll give it an 8 just because
Oh,
I only
we'll
rolled up
take
three blunts. I rolled up 3 blunts, but I think next time I come on here, I gotta get about 10. I gotta get 10.
Oh,
Blunts, magnificent. That's chef kiss right
Love
there. Absolutely love that.
thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Don't take an
No
8.
problem.
Take an 8 and sleep like babies tonight. Absolutely. And we're gonna ask Robbie what our number was last week. We're gonna ask him too, but this is gonna be something we ask the guests every time. Like, what's your baked meter? Where did we get you today? And how happy are you that you joined us? But thank you so much, my man. We really appreciate you joining us. I just brought back all of our
definitely appreciate y'all.
dude, of course, bro. Anytime, obviously, you can see my @name right there at Perry Aston. You can see right under Caleb's pretty face and 2 bright red eyes his name at CHS Knoll, and my boy Nick right down below _ Nick Dormus. Nick Andre is what he's known by in the market. He writes everywhere, but I'm going to let him plug himself, of course. Before I do, I want to remind you guys that this is brought to you by Unwrapped Sports. Unwrapped, you can find us at unwrappedsports.com, Unwrapped Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Sportscaster. Check us out on Twitch. Everywhere that you can find something that's dope, we're there. So check us out. You can see Caleb is rocking all of the shit there with his shirt. Saturday Standouts, the show that was right before ours. Absolutely beautiful stuff. We're going to pull up the Keeping It Blunt apparel that we just put out. Of course, there's our sticker. Check out our shirt. We're going to send a little something to all the guests of ours that come onto the show. That way, everyone in the Keeping It Blunt family can all rip that shit together. I think Caleb and I might be rocking these pink ones. We'll see. I think I'm going to let him grab
I'm
that.
definitely getting the pink.
That's what I'm saying. We all grab the pink ones, bro. Like, that's so hard. I absolutely
I like
agree.
the pink and the black the best.
I'm
together.
so glad that you guys are on the same exact mindset.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, you guys can check out the rest of the Unwrapped shop as well at teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. Our stuff, you can actually just check it out at teespring.com/keepingitblunt. So if you just type that in, it'll go right to ours. But teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. Check out our signature items. Check out the Unwrapped sitcom item. Of course, our Crown King. Go celebrate a little bit of LeBron with us. It's made of 1,000 words. You can go check that out. It's amazing. The drip design might be my favorite. The Fame design. And go show love for all the shows. But of course, the Unwrapped new takeout design. I think I'm about to get this phone case right here. Literally when we get off the phone or get off here when I get my Keeping It Blunt shirt, which is, of course, right here at the bottom. Check out the rest and all these beautiful shows here. And if you're gambling, go to mybookie.ag, use code USN100 to go get double your deposit, dollar for dollar, all the way to $1,000. If you go gamble, you have to go gamble at mybookie.ag. It's absolutely gorgeous. Sign up to do live betting, sportsbook, casino, racing, everything that you can want to do right here. It's on MyBookie. So definitely sign up with us at USN100 for a 100% sign up bonus plus more. We appreciate you guys checking all of that stuff out, as well as RX Hemp at rxhemp.com with rxhemp-USN. If you want any kind of pain relief, that's premium CBD products right there. So go change to CBD, get off the pills, and go check out rxhemp.com with our code 10% off. We really appreciate that. Nick, tell the people where they can find all of your beautiful writing, all of your Twitter personality, your social media plugs all across the board, what it is that you're doing. You tell them whatever it is that you want. This is your time to shine, my man.
Yes, sir. Make sure you to follow me on Twitter. That name is right there. Make sure to follow me there on Twitter if you're a fan of NBA Twitter. You'll want to see what I got to say next. So yeah, definitely follow me there and catch my content pretty much all over the web. Honestly, there's just so many I can't even name them all. And yeah, also make sure to follow my podcast, the Better End Pod, at ATR Pod. Yeah, definitely just check me out there, man. And like I said, man, I'm definitely happy to be on the show with y'all, man. Definitely, like I said, next time I come on here, it's got to be 10 rolled up and ready.
Let's get it. We're going to push the boundary. We'll take 8 this time. We're pushing to 10 next. Caleb, say goodbye to everyone.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I want to thank you, Nick, for coming on with us tonight. It was a pleasure having you. I can't wait to read some more of your stuff, man. Really looking forward to it. It's like the first time we've actually just like chilled and not been on like a panel or something together. So it was, very, very awesome to be able to do that with you, man, and get to know you a little bit. So I want to say thank you again for that. But anyways, another great show, Perry. I hope the people enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as always. But you guys can follow me at CHS Noel right there at the bottom, right next to my name on Twitter. I've got a FSU show called Tribaholics, where we drink beers and talk Florida State sports. So if you're interested in that, even if you just do like dynasty draft stuff, want to know a little bit about Florida State, tune into that. We just sit around, drink beers, and talk Florida State. So that's cool. Follow, obviously, Saturday Standouts. We do this at Wednesdays on 8 p.m. with my co-host, Sam Daring. You can follow us. Yeah, right before Keeping It Blunt. Great transition. Trying to get my ass in the show. He's trying to hurry up. I'm just impatient. But anyways, besides the point, Saturday Standouts. Standouts. Yeah, you do. USN, and then also Unwrap These Bands. It's been taken off with the NFL playoffs coming up. And then as soon as the NFL playoffs are over, we'll probably start getting into NBA games and stuff of that nature. So you guys look out for Unwrap These Bands. So it's a great show. Be able to turn into that live reaction gambling show. It's pretty awesome. So you guys tune in. I know Perry's a fan of that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys so much again for spending some of your Wednesday night with us. It's always a blessing. Shout out to Mr. Kobe Bryant. We're really going to just take that second. We miss you, Mama. A little bit of your energy goes into this show every single time that we prepare and get ready for it. So we appreciate that. I know it might not be in your vibe with the whole smoking scene, but I know at the end of the day, the work ethic and whatever you do and trying to be the best.
Hey,
translate.
There's a video out there with Kobe and Snoop, man, and his eyes are a little red. So I don't know.
I think the work ethic and it translate no matter what, and as long as you try to be the best at what you do, no matter what it is, I think no matter what,
you might be all right.
So I'll always remember that. So shout out to the best that ever wore Laker gold, purple in my case with my throwback. But I really again appreciate Nick, and I know Caleb already showed the love, and I appreciate both you guys spending some of the Wednesday with us. Check out all of our social media platforms, like I said, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, Sportscaster, wherever it is that you want to check us out, we're there. So check us out there for sure, unwrapsports.com, and check out our Twitter at keepingit_blunt. You can see all of our names right here. Like we mentioned, we all have different stuff going on, but our Keeping It Blunt page is always a real fun one, and we're going to be clipping this show, showing out right after here and letting you guys know where you can find it. So thank you, boys, so much for joining me. Really, really appreciate it. And again, we'll see you guys next week. Keep it blunt, guys.